Well, Linda, again, thank you for welcoming me into your home. I just want to go over a couple of things with you. The first thing I want to let you know is that now I'm not your typical agent. Okay, I do things totally different. Most agents will come in here, talk really, really fast, and within 5 minutes asking for a check, and that's not how I operate. Okay, I'm a very thorough person, and every one of my clients appreciate that. And when I leave here today, you're going to know exactly how your plan works, and all of your questions will be answered. Is that fair enough?
Yes.
Okay. One of the first things I want to do is tell you a little bit about Lincoln Heritage, because it's very important that anytime you're doing business with the company, you need to know exactly who you're dealing with, first of all. But companies, there's a company called AM Best, and what they do is they rate insurance companies based on two main factors. Number one being financial stability, which we're very strong financial. I'll show you that in just a second. And secondly being the amount of products that's offered to the public. Now, there's not a lot of, most companies that when they offer a multi-line products like health insurance and auto insurance and homeowners and things like that, they may have a higher rating than Lincoln Heritage. For the last 50 years, Lincoln Heritage only done one product, and that's final expense. We are the number one leader in final expense. That's because that's all we concentrate on. Okay? And that should be very important to you, because when someone passes away, we have people that's on staff that knows exactly what that loved one is going through, and they know exactly how to handle that call. You don't want your daughter to call our home office and they're getting our auto department and homeowners department and getting hung up on. Okay, they will get in contact with the appropriate person, and they'll know exactly how to handle that call.
Wow.
But I just wanted to show you this right here. This is our AM Best rating report right here, and what this is it just kind of shows you exactly how we were rated. It shows here that AM Best rated Lincoln Heritage as an A-, which stands for what? What does that say right there?
Excellent.
You're exactly right. We are an excellent rated company, okay? And that's who you want to do business with, okay? Have you ever been out to Phoenix, Arizona?
Never.
Okay. Well, that's actually where our home office is out of. We have a very nice office there. And actually, years ago, when Lincoln Heritage purchased this building, this is actually a picture of our home office right here. When they actually purchased this building years ago, they actually paid cash for it. Now, there's not a lot of companies out there right now that can say that they paid cash for their home office.
Right.
Most of them are renting the office space, or they're leasing it or something like that. And what happens is when they have those huge loans on buildings like that, and when the economy gets bad like it is, banks tend to increase the interest rates on those loans, and that in turn make the insurance companies raise the rates. Okay? Well, we don't have that problem at Lincoln, because majority of our assets was purchased in cash, and we're almost a debt-free company. Okay, so and we actually are very heavily involved in the community, and we're not just sitting around twiddling our thumbs either. But I just wanted to show you, because you may recognize a few of these foundations that we sponsor. One of them is the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. It's a lot that we do. We sponsor that program. It's a lot that we do for the community. It's not a lot of children that have diabetes. We're trying to give them hope, basically. And so hopefully one day they'll find a cure for it and they'll have to live with it for the rest of their life. Then also there's a other foundation here, the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, that we sponsor as well. So it's a lot of things that we do in the community to really help out. So Lincoln Heritage is very well known. Okay. I do have a question for you. What made you actually pick up the phone and call us? A lot of people, they call our commercials they see on TV, and then also some people may write us on our postcard ad that we do. But what actually made you call us? Was something that happened in your family recently or something like that?
Yes, my grandfather passed away, and there was no money to bury him.
Okay. I'm sorry to hear that. That was recently though?
Yes, it was. Okay. About a month and a half ago.
Okay. So there was nothing planned out, or
nothing at all? It was definitely, we didn't know it was gonna. Of course, you never know it's going to happen, but
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we had to basically try to collect money.
Gotcha.
And that was hard.
Okay. So you called us because you wanted to make sure that doesn't happen to you, I guess?
That's exactly right.
Okay. So let me ask you a question. Have you ever known anyone to actually pre-plan or pre-arrange their funeral?
No, never.
Okay. A lot of people do that. Why do you think someone would bother putting everything in writing, how they want things carried out their way, like their final wishes?
Well, I think it just makes it easier, and then people don't have to figure out if they want to be buried or cremated.
Gotcha. You're exactly right. And that's what makes us the number one leader in final expenses, because we take it the step further. Not only is this a final expense insurance policy or burial insurance plan, but we actually teamed up with a company called Funeral Consumer Guardian Society. Okay, And what they do is they actually help you pre-plan everything in order how you want it carried out your way.
Oh, wow.
These are your final wishes, your idea, and what you want done. And as a matter of fact, Linda, these are the same forms that has to be filled out one day. And who better to do it than yourself? Now, what's going to happen is when you get your policy in the mail in a couple of weeks, you're going to get 2 folders. One folder will say Lincoln Heritage on it, and inside that folder will be your actual policy itself. The other folder will look identically to this right here. Now, this is just my sample packet, just to show you how to fill this out. We're not going to fill it out today, anything like that. But I'm more than happy to come back and sit down with you and go over it with you, help you fill it out when that time comes. That's not a problem.
Okay.
And literally, I think it takes about 30, maybe 45 minutes at most to fill out everything.
Okay.
But there may be some things on here that you may say, well, I don't even know the answer to it. And my question to you is, if you don't know the answer to it, do you think your daughter or your son will know the answer? So that's why it's better for you to go ahead and get it done, when you're in the right sound mind. But this is how it works. The forms you're going to get, this goes over your final wishes, Part A, and there's also a Part B to this, okay? Part A goes over your vital statistics like your full name, your date of birth, marital status, date of marriage, father's name, mother's name, and usual occupation. Pretty much the same information that you may find in an obituary, right?
Mm-hmm.
Very important. One thing you got to think about is when you pass away, and your children, they've never lost their mother before, emotionally they're going to be torn.
Right.
And they're not going to be thinking straight about all this information that they need to be able to write down and be able to put in the obituary.
Okay.
So really what you're doing is organizing it for them ahead of time.
Got
And
it.
that's priceless.
Absolutely.
Okay? This section down here is talking about closest kin, next of kin. This is basically like an emergency contact.
Okay.
Moving forward, I want you to kind of think about maybe 3 or 4 people that might be very close to you, like could be a sister, a best friend, things like that, because we would need to put that in your file, because if something happens to you, we need to be able to reach the right people so that, number one, we can get the claim paid out quick as possible. We also need to make sure that all your final wishes are getting carried out the right way. So be kind of thinking about who you may want to have as emergency contact.
Okay.
This section down here is talking about funeral service requests. This is asking, do you want a standard traditional funeral service? Do you want a graveside rite, or do you want cremation or whatnot? So that gives you things to think about. If there's no money to take care of the burial, or if you don't put it in writing what you want done, then you leave it up to someone else to decide. And you don't want someone to decide that well, I think mom wanted cremation, and everyone else is arguing over, I don't think she wanted cremation.
Right.
So you need to make that decision, and you're simply just checking off the boxes of what you want.
Okay.
Okay, so it's very important that you make sure you fill that out. Down here, it's talking about funeral home services. Now, this is a big one right here. We want you to put down at least 1 to 3 different options for a funeral home of your choice.
Okay.
Okay, is there a funeral home in the area that you like right now?
Not really.
Okay. So if you haven't decided yet, again, it's going to be hard for someone else to decide.
You're right.
And that's where the arguments are going to happen.
Absolutely.
So you want to be kind of thinking about what funeral home do I like in the area or whatnot. So you can kind of jot that down to help someone.
Okay.
Okay. But what happens is our home office is designed to make sure that everyone that is a member of this program, which is free with your policy, that everyone has the same type of chance of being able to negotiate the funeral costs down.
Okay.
What a lot of people don't realize is that when you pass away, to funeral homes, it's a business to them.
Absolutely.
Okay? They have to make a profit, and we understand that.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, there are a lot of funeral homes out there that will change prices and overcharge for caskets and flowers and things like that when they really shouldn't do that. And what we want to do is make sure that our office always coaches your beneficiary in what to say when they walk into the funeral home, what to say and what not to say, to make sure that that doesn't happen to any of our clients. Okay? But by putting down 1 to 3 different options here for a funeral home name, that gives Lincoln Heritage a chance, or FCGS a chance, to actually pick up the phone and negotiate the costs among the different funeral homes to try to get the best pricing for the family.
Sounds good.
Okay? We will actually do that for you. This section down here is traditional burial request. So if you're being buried outside of a church but a regular cemetery, like a public cemetery, we want you to put down that information there, the city and state there. And then this right here is talking about cremation request. Okay? That's part A. Part B goes over your final expense insurance or any other insurance that you may have. Okay. Very important. You may have an insurance on your job. Mm-hmm. You may have insurance through your bank. it's very important that your loved one knows who needs to be contacted so they can call the insurance company with the phone number and things like that listed right here.
Okay.
Okay, that really helps them. If you served in the military, you need to fill out this section right there. Other special instructions like flowers, music, song selection, certain people you want to sing your favorite song and things like that is important. Then you also have personal effects. Now this is something that most people don't even think about. You know, if you wear glasses, do you want to be buried with your glasses on or off? If you wear a wedding ring, do you want that to be on or off?
Right.
You may want to decide to start your own tradition and say, well, when I pass away, I want my ring to go to my granddaughter or to my daughter or something.
Right.
So completely up to you. Okay. Then also newspaper for the obituary. You know, you may be living here now, but are you from somewhere else and you want it ran in that paper as well?
Okay.
That's very important.
Absolutely.
And then we also have pet wishes. You know, I don't know if you doesn't like your pet owner, but there's a lot of people out there that love their pets, and when they pass away, they want a certain person to be able to care for that pet, things like that. So you actually get to decide. It even has here like the special diet.
Oh wow.
You know, if there's a special diet or whatever for your pet, you know, dog, cat, or whatever it is. So it's very, very detailed. Okay, and it's very important that you do it yourself for your loved ones. Okay. Now these are carbon copy, so as you can see here, you have a white copy that says it goes back to the home office,
Okay.
and then the yellow copy you keep for your records.
Okay.
Okay. Now we make it very, very easy for you. We actually in your packet give you an envelope that once everything is filled out, you take the white copy and fold it up, put it right in here, and as you see here, you don't even need a stamp.
Oh, great.
Drop it in the mailbox, lift the flag, and you're done.
Great.
Okay? Now, the last part I'm going to show you of the membership program is this right here. You're going to get 5 membership cards.
Okay.
Okay? These membership cards serves as the purpose of notifying, being able to contact Lincoln Heritage as quick as possible.
Okay.
Now, the way this works is this. The top one up here is laminated. That's the one you want to keep in your pocketbook at all times, basically. Now, of course, right here it says sample, it says John Doe, but yours will have your actual name on it.
Okay.
Okay? And an ID number linked to your file.
Okay.
Which means if someone calls the 800 number that's on this card and report you have passed away, once they give the ID number here, all the forms that you filled out that's in the computer system, all the information comes up on the computer system. And now our office can call your next of kin, they can call your daughter, your son, whoever you put down. They can call the funeral home. They can get everything started immediately.
Oh, wow.
Okay? So we're here to help to make sure that everything goes as smoothly as possible. Okay? These other 4 cards here that you're going to get plays an important role. This one here, you want to give out 1 to your primary beneficiary. You want to give out 1 to your contingent beneficiary. And then we need to designate 2 emergency contacts. So that's 4 close loved ones to you.
Okay.
So kind of be thinking about who you may want to put
Okay.
down. Now, I want you to keep in mind of something. The emergency contacts, they don't receive any money.
Okay.
They won't even know how much coverage you have, anything like that.
Okay.
My job at this point would be that I'm going to make sure that all 4 of these people that you put down in your file, I'm going to make sure that they get my business card.
Oh.
Because if something happens to any of my clients, I need these 4 people to know how to reach me immediately.
Okay.
And as I'm sitting in front of you now, if I'm still living myself, I will be back and sit in front of them to help them make sure everything is going as smooth as possible.
Awesome.
Okay?
Sounds good.
Question, have you ever had an insurance company show you anything like this before?
Never.
And you never will. We're actually the only company that works with Funeral Consumer Guardian Society, and we've been doing this for years this way.
Wow.
Okay? Now, in terms of your health, Linda, how's your health been the last couple of years?
Great.
Pretty good?
Yeah.
Okay, so no serious health conditions or medication, anything like
Nope.
that?
I
Okay.
don't take any medications.
What I have is just a few health questions I need to ask you, okay?
Okay.
And all thing I need you to do is just give me a complete, honest answer, yes or no,
Okay.
okay? So congratulations, you do qualify for our final expense plan, okay? Let me explain what that means. First of all, our final expense is a whole life policy. It does build a cash value inside.
Okay.
And it's giving you first day coverage, meaning that you don't have, it's not a waiting period. A lot of companies you call on TV now, such as AARP, Colonial Penn, a lot of those companies, what they do is they send out mass amount of quotes over the phone and through the mail. And what they do is they put majority of people on a 2 or 3 year waiting period, meaning that you're not covered for 3 whole years or whatever it is. Based on the plan that you qualify for, you're actually covered today. Okay. There's no medical exam, no physical. I don't have to send a doctor. I don't have to send you to a doctor to get the EKG done. I don't have to send anyone here to draw blood, anything like that.
Okay.
Okay. You already asked all the questions that I need to know.
Okay.
Okay. Now, the most important thing though is what I want to let you know is we base our the insurance premium. We want to make sure that it's comfortable for you on a monthly basis, because this is done monthly, obviously.
Okay.
The last thing I want to do is come in here and put and say, look, you need to pay this and this is how much it is, and that's it. I want to make sure that the plan that you choose is a comfortable amount for you on a monthly basis.
Okay.
Okay. So what I want to do first is I want to ask you, in terms of budget, because everyone's on a budget, including myself. Okay. Majority of our clients that we deal with, that call into our commercial or whatnot, we sit down with. Majority of them are on a fixed income, whether it be disability or just Social Security benefits. Is that the same for you?
Yes.
Okay, all right. On your worst month, after you've gotten paid and you've paid all your bills, whether it be medications, whether it be groceries, light bill, phone bill, things like that. After all those things are paid, how much roughly would you say you have left over?
Like 300.
About $300. Okay. Now, our rule is what we try to do is based on your that's what we call your disposable income, $300. Okay. And I don't want to show you a plan that's $298. I'm not going to do that. So what I want to do is we want to base it on about 25% of what you have left over.
Okay.
Okay. So 25%. Let's look at $300. And about 25% is coming up roughly around right at $75 a month. Okay, and we can go lower than that if we need to. Okay. I want this to be as comfortable as possible for you.
Okay.
So if I showed you some plans around that range, 70, 75, or even $50, whatever, does that sound kind of comfortable for you?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Now, you're from North Carolina, is that right?
I am.
Okay. And if something happens to you, are you looking at being buried here in North Carolina or in a different state?
North Carolina.
North Carolina? Okay. What I'm going to show you, this is our funeral cost estimate right here.
Okay.
Okay. And what's important about this right here is that this actually shows you the average cost for a funeral.
Oh.
Okay. Whether it be a regular traditional burial or cremation. Now, are you looking at burial or cremation?
Burial.
Burial. Okay. So let me show you the average cost in North Carolina.
Okay.
Is ranging. Now, the way funeral homes do it, they range it based on good quality, better quality, and best quality.
Okay.
It has to do with, you know, how many family cars you may want to have, and flowers, and there's so much that's involved in that.
Okay.
But let me just give you an example here. In North Carolina, it's starting off good quality, showing about $6,700. Okay. Then it's moving to better quality, which is around $8,500, and then last going to best quality, which is right at $11,000.
Okay.
Okay. Of course, that's going to be your top of the line, you know, extra bells and whistles and things like that.
Right.
Okay, but you're designing what you want, so you can actually choose, you know, hey, if you want good, better, or best. Okay.
Okay. Good.
So in those prices here, let's look at what's actually causing those prices to be what it is.
Okay.
This right here is just a small little list of some things that people don't think about that's involved. Some of the funeral costs and other final expense includes things like funeral home services. You have the actual casket, and those caskets would be, you know, it could be a large range from $1,000 to $7,000. Just depends on what you're looking for.
Okay.
Transportation, such as the hearse, and then you have your family cars or whatnot. You have clothing and flowers. You also have the auto burial container. Then you also have the cemetery property, or what we call the plot.
Okay.
Okay. Now, depending on if you're looking at being buried at a church, like if you have a home church or something like that, or like a public cemetery.
Okay.
A lot of churches, if you're a member of a church, a lot of them will give you the, you know, that space for free because you're a member.
Okay.
So are you a member of any church? Do you actually, is there a church that you?
Yes.
Okay. What church you go to?
Daystar.
Daystar. Okay. I'm gonna write that down. So Daystar. Who's the pastor over there?
Pastor King.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you what we do at churches here in a few minutes, but let me continue on here.
Right.
Then also you have your grave opening and closing.
Okay.
You have your monument or your marker.
Okay.
Some people call them tombstones still. Then you also have your newspaper notices, which we talked about that a few minutes ago. Then you have other unpaid medical expenses and outstanding debts, probate, things like that, and also maybe some legal fees involved. Just depends on what happens. Okay. Those are a lot of things that's actually driving those costs to go up.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so based on your budgeting, what you said, you said you could do, around $70, $75. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a few different plans that you can choose from. Okay, now this form right here is just something that just to show you 3 different options that you can choose from, and it's going to be right around that price range that you're looking for. Okay?
Sounds good.
What I have here, Linda, is 3 different options that you can choose from. Okay, and I want you to pick whichever one you think is the most comfortable for you. It doesn't matter to me. It's all about comfortability for you. Okay. Keep in mind, all 3 of these options here that I'm showing you comes with the funeral plan that we just discussed. These are first day coverage plans, no medical exam, anything like that. Okay. Here's how they work. If you go with Plan A, I can put a $25,000 whole life policy on you, which is a burial insurance plan, give you first day coverage. For that plan right there would be $73.20 per month.
Okay.
Okay. Or you can go with Plan B, and you can get the $20,000 plan on you, which will only be for $62 a month.
Okay.
Or lastly, you could go with Plan C, and you can get the $15,000 plan on you, which will only be for $53 a month. Now, all 3 of these plans, again, come with the funeral planning program. But the most important question that I have for you is, out of these 3 plans here, which one would you say would be the best option for you?
I think Plan B.
Plan B?
Yes.
Okay, so make sure I understand. You want to go with Plan B, which is going to give you the $20,000 whole life, give you first day coverage today.
Okay.
Okay. The $72 a month, is that a comfortable amount for you?
Yes.
Okay. Should I circle the plan that you want right here?
Okay.
All right. Now, on your policy, Linda, who do you want to put as your primary main beneficiary?
Greg,
Okay. And who is he to you?
my husband.
Okay. And his phone number? Okay. And who do you want to put as your contingent? And let me explain. Do you understand what contingent means?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So that's the second person in line. If something happened to Greg first, who would be the next person in line you want to put down?
My mother, Martha
Okay.
Mason.
Okay. And her phone number? Okay. All right. Now, remember earlier we talked about in the funeral planning part, we talked about your emergency contacts,
Yes.
those 4 membership cards.
Yes.
What's going to happen is we're going to make sure that Greg gets a membership card.
Okay.
We're going to make sure that your mother gets one as well,
Okay.
and also my business card.
Okay.
But also, we need to have at least 2 other people to put in your file as your emergency contacts.
Okay.
Okay. I need to put it here on my emergency contact sheet here.
Okay.
Who would be the next 2 people? Brother, sister, best friend, neighbor, somebody like that. Who's that?
Nelson.
Okay.
That's my brother.
Brother. Okay. And his phone number. Okay. And at least 1 more. If you want to do more than 1 more, you can do 1 more.
Okay. Valerie,
Okay.
and that's my sister.
Okay, and phone number. Okay, great. All right. So we have all the 4 names and phone numbers that we need for your file.
Okay.
And what I ask you to do for me is, I'm gonna do you a favor. I need you to do me a favor.
Okay.
These 4 is very important in your file. Okay. I'm going to get in contact with these people. Okay, all 4 of them. I'm going to introduce myself to them. I'm going to make sure that they get my business card, because if anything happens to you, they need to know how to reach me immediately. Okay. One of the things that Lincoln Heritage pride ourselves on is that we pay our claims out extremely fast. We actually put it in writing. We pay our claims out within 24 hours after we receive the necessary documentation.
Wow.
Okay. So the quicker they reach me, the quicker we can get it paid out. Now, I will not go over with these 4 people. I'm not going to tell them how much coverage you took out or how much you paying, nothing like that. None of that's
Okay.
important. But they need to know how to reach me. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll do that for you. All the thing I need from you is give them a call today when I leave.
Okay.
And just let them know that I'll be giving them a call. It's probably going to be either sometime later this evening or no later than tomorrow.
Okay.
Can you do that for me?
Yes, I can.
Great. Now, the correct spelling of your first name, it starts, it's Linda?
Yes.
Is that right?
Linda.